It's the After the Show podcast, precious.
We don't care. We're about to swear on the air. It's the After the Show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get risque every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
Alrighty, here we go. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast for Tuesday. Settling in. Everybody's kind of all back. Taylor Swift got a new album. I mean, the world's just going on, isn't it?
It is. I can't believe how quick she got a new album.
Yeah. I mean, that is relatively fast. So by the time she releases it of October 13th of this year, you're going to be talking, I don't know, about a year and a half. Her last album was April 2024. This is going to be October 13th of 2025. The Life of a Showgirl. And in true Taylor Swift fashion, for her 12th studio album, she made the announcement at 12:12 a.m. on the 12th.
Oh.
And she did it on her boyfriend's podcast, or a promo for it. She's actually going to be on that podcast as it drops Wednesday night at 7 p.m. So you'll be able to hear that. Now, it'll be interesting to see how in depth they go with that, how much they talk about their lives, because she has not really sat down and had any kind of conversation. Now, it's going to be in a very safe space. It's with her boyfriend and his brother.
The safest of spaces.
Yes. So how far are they going to go? Be interesting to see. So we'll see what happens on that, but more Taylor Swift is going to be coming our way. And I think what I always like to see is, what is the tone of it? Because sometimes she does do albums that she knows may not be a radical commercial success. There have been some ones that she's done that's a little bit more eclectic and maybe alternative or something like that. And so where she is right now, having had a successful relationship for pretty much the whole time that she would have been writing this album, what's her tone? Is it going to be poppy? Is it going to be a little bit more alternative? And she's not going for hits? I mean, she doesn't need hits.
No.
She could come out with just, cool, chill music that her fans love.
Songs to poop to.
Right, but we don't play here on this radio station because they're not written to be commercial hits. I don't know. We'll see. Kind of interested with that.
She can make that work.
Yeah.
Songs to poop to. It would do well.
But yeah.
I can poop to a lot of the music she's got out already.
Yes, I will poop to you.
There is some music that's better than like techno and pooping does not go together.
No, you want peaceful.
You get hemorrhoids, you do that.
Yeah, that's not.
Pinch it out too fast.
You want a sweet little love ballad? That's kind of fun to poop to.
Could be. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I wonder if she'll ever go back to doing country and at what point that might be. Or is she just going to stay in this lane and do whatever else?
She's probably going to do whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah.
She is. That's why I think it's fascinating.
She will.
Well, I mean, look how versatile she is. She really can make a pop, an alternative, or a country album.
She'll go back to country.
They all do, Kevin.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, it's a hot hand. Right now, he's got to clear the way for Morgan Wallen. Boy, this guy is dominating. He just became the first musical act in history to spend at least 10 weeks at #1 with 3 consecutive full-length albums.
Wow.
It just hit massive hit after massive hit.
Take that shit, Taylor.
That's it. His I'm the Problem claims a 10th non-consecutive week at #1 on the Billboard 200 chart. And his 3 chart-topping albums, I'm the Problem, One Thing at a Time, and Dangerous, the double album, have now spent a total of 39 weeks at #1.
It's funny that Taylor's album, well, she had a song, I'm the Problem, It's Me.
Yeah, right.
It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me.
I could never remember the way I never got it right.
We know.
I tried.
Morgan Wallen's is I'm the Problem, You Might Be the Reason.
Okay.
That's where he goes with it.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
A little more sassy.
Well, let me take this chair and throw it off this motherfucking balcony. I'm country's bad boy.
Hopefully he doesn't do that again.
No, I think he's turned his game. I do. I think this guy's in the pocket. I think that he's focused on being maybe the greatest of all time.
Somebody sat him down and said, dude, you are about to F this up.
Yeah, it was. Somebody needs to pull that Zach Bryan together.
Do.
And they need to be like, dude, you have got to, your public persona is ass.
Zach is too cocky to listen, though. I think apparently whoever spoke to Morgan got through to him, and he realized, I'm about to throw all this away.
You're going to have a story about him on Friday in the dirt. Morgan Wallen scrapping it up.
I don't think you will. I don't think you will. This man he's got a game face.
Yeah, he's now spent a total of 39 weeks at number one on the Billboard 200. That ties him with Elton John for the fourth most weeks at number one among male artists. And he's only behind Elvis Presley at 67, Garth Brooks at 52, and Michael Jackson at 51. So that's the company that Morgan Wallen is now in.
I finally watched that Elton John Rocket Man movie. That was good.
Yeah, you liked it?
Couldn't stand it.
I loved it. I watched it on the airplane.
Did you see the Queen movie too? Have you seen that?
I did. I saw the Queen movie too. I
Which
watched
is
that.
better?
Gosh.
It's not even
close.
I did like the Queen movie better, but
Okay.
I thought Elton was so, I don't know, I just liked it. I thought it was likable.
Historically, it was wrong, too, which really grinded my gear. I'm like, he didn't fucking write that in 78. He wrote that in 83.
The songs were out of order.
They were out of order.
They weren't chronologically correct.
Yes.
I did notice that, but I tried to just give them a little creative license with that because they would fit the mood, not necessarily the time.
It was a little too trippy for me. I like the Queen one because it was more of a movie than a musical. The Elton John was just all of a sudden, he just break into song, and I wasn't expecting that.
And I wonder, like, was his mom really that bad? Was his dad really that bad? I was just like, wow, damn, they treated him like dirt. They were mean to him.
According to the movie.
According to the movie.
makes a better story.
It was a great story, and it made you just, feel so bad for Elton.
Which his real name is? First name? Never, that's from that.
What was
I
it?
wrote it in this segment.
I forgot it.
I believe it's Reggie, isn't it?
Reggie, yeah, it is Reggie.
Okay. And then what is his last name?
It's with a D.
Reggie D?
Wait, maybe not Reggie D. That's a different guy.
I thought he was a hip hop DJ.
No, wait. Now I have to look it up. It's going to
Okay.
drive me freaking nuts till I figure it out. Oh, my God. It's definitely not Reggie D.
No.
Okay. All right. You know, we were talking about Iggy Azalea just last week. We played that Black Widow song, and we were asking what's going on with her. She's not doing any music. She is retired from music.
Really?
She states it. Yeah, she does OnlyFans now, and she's got a meme coin.
It must be profitable.
Yeah.
The music industry kind of didn't like her, too.
This just in, Elton John is Reggie D.
What's his last name?
Reginald Dwight.
That's
Okay.
right, Dwight. That's
He's
what it
Reggie
was.
D.
I guess you could say that. Yeah. So many circumstances. No doubt.
Do you have a favorite Elton John song?
I don't know.
Well, you just watched the movie.
I like Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
That's a jam.
Yep.
It's a jam. I loved seeing the relationship between him and
Taupin?
Taupin, the writer, and they're like, still to this day, they've never been in a fight, and they still talk. Like that made me so happy. Mm-hmm. I just loved it.
Yeah, he seems like a genuinely good dude. Now, Elton gets a little sassy sometimes, and he pops off.
He does. He pops off, but he's just he's a lover.
He's genuinely a cool guy. Got a great energy to him.
Sweetheart.
Yeah.
To your point, I love Elton John's music. He can get a little too sassy for me. I didn't like what he said about Billy Joel, so I'm bringing my own personal fights in there.
Okay, all right. I paused the movie because I just wanted to see how true to life it was with that one manager that he was banging, the guy, and then like what happened with them and they're falling out, and I don't know. It was just fascinating to me that guy just kind of swooped in and made all those changes and got rid of the people that were there from the beginning and so genuine, and Elton loves them.
Yeah.
It was kind of crazy.
Well, it's tough. I mean, you can see it's about the people you have around you and the energy and all that kind of stuff to make a creative project that really hums and every part of it's good. A lot of times it does take a team, and you have somebody that's wrecking that. That's often happening in music. In fact, a lot of times that's it. It really, everything has got to work out for you to just kind of be in the pocket.
Well,
And that's why it doesn't last long. That's why I think you see a lot of artists, they have their era where it's maybe 5-10 years tops, and it's hard to stay on top and just be in that zone where you're just a machine. Because when you crank out albums, in a sense, you got to be like a robot. You got to be like a machine. It's coming to you. You're working. Everybody who's around you is helping you, and they're adding to the contributions of the album. That's why it's rare that you get more than that short pocket to be really a great creator.
It's not an easy thing to keep a band together, because, and a lot of times it's ego and it's alcohol and drugs, or just one of the three or all of the three that really do destroy. People lose their mind if they're always on drugs and doing constantly drunk, and then you're trying to be professional, and then you get the egos involved. Good luck with that shit.
That's why, again, to me, I don't know how Ozzy did what he did. I really don't. And, I know a lot of people probably don't know Ozzy to the level that I do, but this is a guy that just was cranking out music. And when he was coming out with albums, he had one, I think, in 2010. I'm like, this is as good as any album he's ever come out with. I don't know how he was doing it. Because
the fact that he lived that long.
I think he blacked out for 3 decades. And he somehow was still coming up with unbelievable songs. And I think part of it, too, it's a good lesson for any of us in any field. He always had the best of the best around him. Now, Sharon was there to kind of keep everything straight, and I think that she was the guardrail that kept him from going. I think he'd probably admit it if he was around to do it, and probably did in an interview. He would have been dead.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have made it. Without Sharon Osbourne, you don't have the career of Ozzy. They really were a team.
She kept him alive.
Or he would have killed somebody.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
He was whacked out on drugs for a while, to where, you know.
You look at Vince Neil, what he did for Motley Crue, he did kill somebody. So.
And he's not very good live.
Yeah. No. So, I mean, for Ozzy to do what he did and still crank out that kind of music.
And he has big fake chiclet teeth.
And don't ever ask Vince Neil about chicken wings or chicken tenders if he opens up a restaurant.
It was his restaurant. I think it was a valid question.
Well, it was more. I guess it's more of a bar, but what the fuck am I going to ask Vince Neil?
Yeah, he did not like that question.
He was like, what?
He's like, I don't know.
I don't know what's on the fucking menu.
Radio douche? Why would I do radio, you fuckface?
All right, well, get teeth that match your mouth. They're too big. They look like giant chiclets, and shut the fuck up.
Well, I was just trying to have some fun with them.
He's a dick.
Yeah. I mean, don't take yourself that seriously. You can't tell about tenders?
He can't.
He couldn't.
He could not. He was not able to have a fun conversation with you. He was too insulted.
And there was another event we did that you had, I think you personally, Kevin, went out and introduced him, and he was kind of a douche then, too.
That was, he was, I can't remember the occasion, but he was going to get the key to the city. Mayor Franco loved doing that. She gave it to Ozzy.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Ozzy's cool.
And then she was giving it to Vince Neil,
because
the key
he had
to the
the
city.
club Dr. Feelgoods on Clematis.
And I guess Lois Franco was in her hard rock era.
Oh, we love Lois.
She's a gem. And so they're down there right out front of Dr. Feelgood's, which is now Pawn Shop there on Clematis Street. We were doing a show, and I was supposed to be there, 7 o'clock, whatever it was, to announce him. And it's get there way early, 6:30. It's like, hey, anybody seen Vince? Nope. Gets to be 7 o'clock. Hey, where's Vince? No sign of him. 7:30, no Vince. 8 o'clock, no Vince. They finally go, and they had to knock down his hotel door. He was passed out on the floor, and they brought his drunk ass to Clematis Street. And I was in between him and Lois Frankel trying to have a conversation. I'm like, oh my God, this is so awkward because he can't even form a sentence.
Oh, damn.
And she's, being the politician that she is and being graceful and all that. I'm like, I would minimize your words because he's not getting anything you're saying, Lois. It's just, he cannot even process what is going on.
She gave him the key, tried to eat it.
And he went on the stage and did one of the shittiest performances I think I've ever seen of a rock star ever. He had the crowd sing most. It was just god awful. It was just absolutely terrible.
There's one video of him, and someone transcribed what it sounds like he's saying, and none of it. He doesn't
even sing words.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he tries to somewhat stay in the tune, I guess, which he's not even there. That's why I lost all respect for Motley Crue and them, because he never kept it together, and I think he took everything for granted. I think he took his career for granted. I think he took the fans for granted. That's why I love Ozzy. Never did that. Even the guy that
No.
partied the way he did at the end, he was even talking about how he was trying to get fit enough to get on the stage. He realized that was his true drug. I think when he kind of got over doing so much booze, I don't know if he ever really completely sobered up, but when he kind of
He didn't look it.
no, but he did realize, of the drugs in my life, the drug I need the most is being on stage in front of my fans. That was what drove Ozzy Osbourne, and I respected that. But he would do shows and he still sounded great. He really did. And so he stayed well enough that he could pull off what he needed to do on the stage.
And that's what he said he wanted to do when he was on stage in his hometown in Birmingham, the final concert.
Yeah.
He was so appreciative to that audience. He was like, thank you for giving me the life I had.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, and that's it. And you love people that are like that. And that's why his fans loved him the way they did. Robert Trujillo, who is the bass player in Metallica, he played with Ozzy. That's why I was just saying, Ozzy was always surrounded with the best musicians. His bass player, his drummer hit the shit out of those drums, just hard. And his guitar player, Zakk Wylde, who he had most of his career, but every guitar player who he ever had, like Randy Rhoads, who he did the tribute about, that played Crazy Train, they were the best musicians on the planet. So his band, even if Ozzy couldn't pull it, you'd be like, oh my, you were in awe of
The
just
band was killing it.
what was coming out of the speakers. And so he went to the private funeral they had for Ozzy. It was at the Osbourne estate on the 31st. And you had all the surviving members of Black Sabbath, who he just done the show with. Zakk Wylde, his longtime guitarist, was there. Marilyn Manson was there. And he said that the weather was kind of shifting from rain to sun during key moments, almost like it was choreographed. When it was sad, it started raining a little bit. And then when it got a little bit happy, it started getting sunny. And then Kelly started to sing, and she had the lyric sheet, and the wind came and blew it out of her hand, and she was trying to get it. It was like a funny moment. And Robert Trujillo was like, it was like Ozzy was there.
Wow.
Just because of the essence of how everything worked, because he was, he's a jokester. And he said it was kind of fun just to see all that kind of stuff. So I don't think they'll ever release that to the public, but it would have been amazing to be there at the private memorial service that they had for Ozzy.
Do you think they videoed it?
Don't know. I don't know. It's a great question.
It's 2025. We video everything.
But do we?
I don't know.
Did Sharon insisted on it being a private moment? They would not video it.
Yeah, and I could see her saying, this will get out. If someone videos it, it will get out. And this is just, we gave everything to the fans. There's got to be a moment for us. Just us. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. But they did video everything else. I mean, they had a reality show about their family. So
That was a great reality show, man. I mean, I'd put it up there, top 3.
yeah, it was really good.
It was so
It was
good.
funny. It was entertaining. Yeah. People were asking about Vince Neil. He killed somebody yet. Look it up. A guy named Razzle. He was in the band Hanoi Rocks. They were drinking together. Vince shouldn't have been driving. He drove into a pole, and Razzle gone. So
They were good friends, too.
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, they're kind of an up-and-coming band. So it's hard when your key member dies.
Yeah, that does hurt a little bit.
Yeah, makes it rough. Well, we got some emails here. One from Chelsea. She said, I just have to defend Virginia for missing a recent connecting flight. My family flew Delta this summer and had a 45-minute layover in Atlanta. And by the time we deplaned and got to the gate, they had closed the boarding door 15 minutes early, and my family members, along with 8 other individuals from our previous flight, were left behind.
That's what happened to us. Exactly.
Delta then expected us to wait 15 hours with a 3-year-old for the next flight to our destination. We ended up having to buy seats on Spirit. Get it together, Delta.
I think that the layovers are too tight. And with deplaning, especially if you're sitting in row 25 in the back, you can't have an hour layover in Atlanta. And I'm learning that because it's going to take you 35 minutes to get off that plane. And then you've got to go catch that little train to the different terminal.
Oh, catching trains at an airport stresses me out.
It should.
Because I'm like, what, am I on the right train here?
I travel a lot and it stresses me out.
Yeah, the flying part, believe believe it or not, I don't hate necessarily. It is going into the airport, making sure I don't have a cocktail in one hand, my ticket bunched up like a meatball in the other. I've left my tickets back at kiosks many a times. I'm going, oh, fuck, I lost my ticket again.
If you have a layover in Atlanta, just learn from my mistake. Make sure that your layover is longer than an hour, because an hour just won't cut it. It just won't cut it. And you'll be, I mean, we sprinted. Magnolia left me in the dust, and she made it.
She can outrun you.
She definitely outran me big time. I fell going up the escalator. I fell up. Don't know how you do that. Fell up. And
those escalators are long, though.
they were long.
Yeah.
And I was trying to run, and I had not the best running shoes. And there's no way our bags could have made it. So, the more I thought about it afterwards, and I had some time to reflect in the bar for the next 3 hours until we could catch the next flight to Rome.
She's rage drinking.
No, I was actually okay with how it all played out. I mean, yeah, I was a little sad that our trip was delayed, but our bags wouldn't have made it. We ran full speed. Do you think the baggage handlers are full speed moving our bags from one plane to another? No, they are not. There's no way our bags would have made it. So even if we sprinted and made it, which we didn't, but even if we did, we would have got to Rome and had no suitcases.
Right.
And then what?
Yeah.
And you got to wait. It would have just been a nightmare.
It is a chore to fly. It really is, especially if you're going on somewhere you need bags. If I can help it, I try to pack as conservatively as possible and do everything just with a carry-on. So if I have my bag with me, it's like, okay, I got versatility now. So if I get screwed.
That's the way to do it. If you're able to put all your stuff in a carry-on, I can't. I pack 3 outfits per day. And shoes.
Right.
And purses. And all of it. Like, I have a suitcase, and it's called Big Pink.
Okay.
Panda calls it the Widowmaker. When you go to pick it up, you're like, oh my gosh, I could die. It's so heavy.
Automatic hernia.
My bag always has that tag on it that Delta puts on it that says heavy.
It really?
They always. There's one on it. I'll take a picture and send it to you.
Yeah.
It's got the tag on it right now. It says heavy.
It sounds kind of sexual. Give me some of that Big Pink.
Oh, yeah. You know what's up.
And Casey, she said, when you guys were talking about Lachlan saying the F word, I want to share a similar story. When my middle kid was in his first year of tackle football, I had a mom come up to me during practice and tell me that my son told her son that he was going to Michael Myers him. Apparently, her kid was too slow off the line, and my kid used that reference to try and explain it to him. Lesson learned number 1, 8-year-olds have no sense of humor. Lesson number 2, not all football moms are cool and understand the game. And lesson number 3, not all kids are exposed to Halloween movies at a very early age.
I was allowed to watch horror movies very, very early.
I can't imagine what went wrong.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Nikki in Lake Worth Beach said, we are taking our baby girl to her off-campus apartment in Gainesville next week.
Oh, congratulations.
UF, here we come. Go Gators. She is independent. She can cook and do her laundry, manage her schedule, so I'm not worried about that. How do I let go of knowing where and what she is doing every single minute of every single day? How do I not go crazy hoping she is making good choices? Am I going to miss her? But man, my house is going to be so clean.
I always wonder that with parents. I mean, if you're a parent that really loves your child and worries about them, I feel like I would be worried about my kid constantly.
That app, Life 360, is really amazing, and I would recommend any parent with a kid going off to college to get it, put it on your phone. You can see if they're driving, walking, or stationary. That's good. You can see exactly where they are, and it's pretty accurate to about 300 or 400 feet.
I wouldn't want my parents knowing what the fuck I was doing in college and everywhere during my 18 to 22. Fuck that. They know I'm at a party?
Well, I think it's a good thing, especially if your parents are paying for your college, to be able to give them, okay, this little peace of mind.
I mean, they're going to figure out a work around it anyway. You would definitely be able to trick your parents with that, I feel.
You can leave your phone at an apartment and then just go out and party.
Yeah, or, when you get there, just try to get yourself a burner phone and be like, hey, contact me on this. And then you just always have your phone right there on your study desk. Be like, oh, just studying, all day, all night.
Is that good, too? I mean, are you... Your kid's now a legal adult. Do you want your parents following you around every move? Is it? I guess what I'm asking, is that good for the child or the young adult?
I think it's awesome. I think it's good for both. I think it lets the child know that, hey, mom can still see what I'm doing. So let me just not do something too crazy. Let me not be out at 4 a.m. because mom can see that I'm still out in the bars at 4 a.m.
Oh, I would hate that shit. I would not have liked that in college. Yeah. But I mean, different times.
Different times.
Yeah, I would have worked around it. If that was something that they had the tech for and my mom would have done that, that would have been my first objective when I get to college is I got to work around this.
College Kev, hell yeah, you're slaying?
Not slaying beers.
I think it's brave that she's putting her in an off-campus apartment. That was one of my things with Magnolia. Like, okay, when you're going for your first little semester, you've got to be with people in a dorm. She spent the first summer there in the dorm, protected.
Yeah, dorms were good.
My freshman year, I lived in a dorm, and I had to share a bathroom. The first semester, I had my own bathroom, and then a transfer came in, our second baseman, and he didn't speak any English. So me and him had to communicate about the bathroom, and sometimes, he wouldn't lock the door. You'd walk in, he'd be sitting there pooping. You're like, you'd knock, and he'd be listening to music or something. I was thinking it was his room, and you knock to make sure, like, oh, I don't hear anything. You'd walk in, oh, he's pooping.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot.
It was a lot, man.
I don't ever want to lock eyes with any pooper.
I've done it a few times. I've done it in radio. We've talked about how the bathroom stalls at every radio station, it seems like, they don't make enough. They don't cover it up. There's a gap.
There's a gap where the door is supposed to meet the wall. It doesn't.
And sometimes if you walk and you're going to the other stall or something because it's a busy bathroom, you can accidentally lock eyes with the salesperson, and it's horrifying.
Well, we were talking about things that are kind of gross a little bit earlier that people may not have an awareness of. Wayne and Tamarack said, yeah, on the way into work, I heard you talking about licking your fingers to count money. And I work with a guy in the cable industry that licked his fingers to flip through his paperwork. And we worked on a particularly nasty pole where the wires were covered in bird poop.
Oh.
And after we were done, you can guess what he did. When he got into the truck, he would lick his fingers to do the paperwork. Wow.
How did he not get the bird flu? I know somebody who smokes weed, and they were smoking joints, but they were leaving like the little roach part out on the patio, and they didn't realize how active the birds were in the area. So they were leaving roaches out there, and I guess birds were pooping near the roaches, and they didn't realize that. And then they would go back out there and smoke the roach the next day. And then they got bird flu. They got full-on bird flu from the roach that had bird shit on it.
See, my story's a little bit better. I accidentally I thought it was weed. It was kind of in a dark room, and I had been smoking some of it, and all of a sudden it just smelled like cookies. It's like a bakery. And my roommate at the time goes, are you baking cookies? Like, no, but I do smell that.
Were you smoking cookies?
I realized I put a chocolate chip into my bowl, and I was smoking a chocolate chip and couldn't see that it was a chocolate chip and didn't realize it was a chocolate chip and kept on fucking smoking it to the point where it smelled like a bakery. Better than bird poop.
Oh, way better.
So what symptoms did they have from having the bird flu? What does it do to you?
This person got sick as a dog for weeks. They battled, and they went to the hospital. Like, it was bad.
They know for a fact it definitely was bird flu.
Yeah, they went to the hospital and got diagnosed. battled it for, I would say, 3 weeks, and then still felt like dog ass for a couple weeks after.
There are some of those flus, and I feel like they're all kind of different. Some are gone in a day or two. Then some, even when you kind of get better, they linger on a little. They just zap you with your energy.
You're right.
It's odd.
When the COVID, some people got it and shook it off, and then some people have that long COVID. One of my neighbors, like, she couldn't taste anything for years. Like 2 years after she had COVID, she still couldn't taste her food or drink.
Wow.
Did the Queen's taste ever come back? Your wife?
Smell.
Or smell? Did
No.
it didn't.
No.
She still can't smell.
It's odd. She can smell weed. That's like about it.
Well, at least she can smell weed
It's true, yeah.
Or chocolate chips.
if she's at your house.
Yeah, they said last year there were only 67 confirmed cases of bird flu in the U.S.
Wow.
So what they got is pretty unique.
She got it in Puerto Rico
Yeah. Okay.
and brought it back here to the States.
Was she diagnosed here?
Yep.
Okay. I think it would have counted as a U.S. case then.
She started feeling sick in Puerto Rico and traveled with it.
Yeah, they say most cases have been among farm workers with exposure to commercial poultry or dairy cattle. Typically, they're mild cases, though, treated with flu antivirals, and they fully recovered.
I remember when bird flu was the scary thing to fear. Remember that?
Yeah, there was a
making
song.
They were making it seem like it was the end of the world.
I know.
Oprah did a special on it, and that was when she was at the height of her power, and everybody freaked out because Oprah was freaked out about it.
You're right. It was Oprah.
Yeah.
And then it just went away. No one talked about the bird flu. It was hot for about 3 weeks.
I mean, COVID was way more scary than the bird flu.
Oh, yeah, by far.
Where was Oprah to warn us of COVID?
She wasn't doing a show during COVID.
Damn it.
That's it. I don't think we would have had a pandemic if Oprah was still doing her show.
Thanks, bitch.
Yeah. The world almost ended because she stopped doing her show.
But the book club was still going strong.
In the book club.
Got an email here from Mark. He said, my wife and I, we recently went to Maryland to see our kids and grandkids. And while we were there, we decided to go to Lancaster County, Pennsylvania.
Blank.
Our goal was to go to America's largest buffet, the Shady Maple Smorgasbord in East Earle, Pennsylvania. Then after that, we decided to sightsee some of the Amish country there. We found a beautiful Amish marketplace and intercourse. And to get there, we had to travel through Blue Ball. This was just like the time we went to Big Bone Lick State Park in Ohio, which was in Beaver Lick.
So much innuendo.
I often wonder what people were thinking about naming these places.
Were they trying to be funny or did we make them dirty?
Blue ball to intercourse.
Yeah, intercourse, that one.
I mean,
It's kind of crazy. Yeah, it's odd. Well, it's like Sugar Tit. That's how we got on that. We were talking about those towns with those kind of names. And that's why we even got on it in the first place. And yeah, a lot of times the Sugar Tit has a sensible reason why they did that. It had to do with women out there that were working the farms, and they would take the blanket as they had to have the kids with them, and they would put a little ball of sugar, and it'd be like a pacifier, and the kids it would keep them going all day long. And so that's how they got sugar. They called it a Sugar Tit. I guess they didn't think it was dirty at all.
I'm looking up when, blue balls became a term that people were using. There's not much to go on. It's like a mystery, a ghost, if you will.
Okay. Well, who knows?
thanks for doing the research that nobody cared about.
Is this thing on?
What other project do you have working that no one gives a fuck about the answer?
Probably me vomiting because I am struggling so hard from that fucking whatever we drank.
Pork brain?
Pork brain. Yeah, I drank a lot of that liquid, and it is not agreeing with my stomach.
You chugged it.
Kevin ate it. He's like, what are you talking about, Virginia? This is terrible.
I didn't think it was that bad. We've eaten way worse.
Oh, of course. That's like,
It was on the level of a cat food and gravy.
It was. It was like eating cat food.
It was a little bit tastier than cat food.
So that's where we're at with our what's normal and not. Okay, it tastes like cat food. It's not even fucking close to the worst thing we eat. Yeah, I guess you're right. Technically, still kind of sucks though.
Well, if you hadn't gone so fucking high energy on it,
dude, you were trying to. I don't know what you were doing during our round. You turned on me and then tried to bribe them. So I would have to do the punishment, but you have to do the. I was like, what the fuck is she doing, Kevin?
Great question.
Mind games.
We're on the same team.
I know. That's what made it fun.
I guess.
And Engineer Keith with an underwear recommendation. I was talking about it on National Underwear Day about a week or so ago. He said the Duluth Trading's Arma Chio underwear. I love them because the fabric is silky smooth and it feels amazing. They're designed for the heat with a made in the jade technology. It actually feels cool on your skin and wicks sweat to keep you dry. They can be a little pricey, but they're worth it, and they have sales all the time, which is the best time to buy.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Keeping your balls cool.
It is
Blue balls.
nice. Yeah, there is something nice about having chilled balls.
There's also something to be said about a comfortable warmth. Not sweat or heat like that, but like
You like to snuggle your warm balls. I like my warm balls. It's like my emotional support balls.
Sometimes you get them heated towels that are real nice. It's kind of like that.
When they're warm, do you pet them?
My balls?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people pet their balls, right?
Pet them like it's a cat?
No. Not like a cat. More like a... Ooh.
That's a squeeze kind of thing.
Like
Squeeze and tickle?
Like a tickle, maybe. Yeah, I'm not petting them like a cat. I'm probably doing this.
They're long enough. You could cradle them in your arm.
Put them up in your lap.
There's a place for heat and cold when it comes to testicles.
Okay.
Thank you.
Micah said, I heard you talking about matching dogs to your lifestyle, and I've got 3 Australian cattle dogs, and they get about 3 hours or more of exercise a day. There is no sick day with them. If you feel like shit, doesn't matter. They don't, and they need to run. I don't recommend working dogs for the average person. It takes real dedication. And so true, there's her dogs. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
The one in the middle looks the most like Chewy.
Yeah, right.
That dog's ready to run.
Even with Chewy, with all of his ailments, he loved to go out and run, man, until towards the end. Then he got the rightus.
Well, he was blind, too.
He went blind.
It's hard to run when you can't fucking see.
It is.
What's amazing about those dogs, I don't know of any other creature that they are born with a skill set. They all have it. And it's just crazy. Like my dog, Taz, the border collie that I'd had, didn't do any training with him. And they took him out there to the farm day one. And he knew what to do.
He came to it.
He was herding naturally.
It was in his DNA.
It is. That's what they say. It's in their DNA.
I was so mad. I'm like, how'd this dog learn to do it? They're like, they're born that way. I was like, that's insane. I mean, I can't think of anything. I mean, we know maybe to eat and shit and whatever, but what skill set are we born with like that? We're not going to, we're not born, and it's not like we're going to do crochet or anything like that. We pretty much, I think we have to learn as humans every skill set we have.
A lot of it. Some of it's instinct, like you're saying, but yeah, I agree. It's
that level, and the fact that no other dogs do it. You have other dogs, like if I took, my Pomeranian out there, there is nothing. You can look in her eyes and it's just vacant.
Never worked a day in her life.
I would have to be careful having little kids around Chewy because he would want to herd them.
Yeah, they do. They do. They will. And if it's a fun little thing, and you got to watch because sometimes they'll nip a little bit. Because that's how they you'll see, especially if you're a cattle dog, they got to almost kind of nip the cattle a little bit.
They nip them to move them.
Yeah, just kind of be like, hey, no, you're going this way. I don't care because they're bigger and whatever. But yeah, little kids will nip sometimes too because it's fun. You ever been a kid?
I have, actually.
Okay. But yeah, you take off running. We would do that with my dog. You take off running in separate directions and he'd love it. He would then go around and try to bring you both back together.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
The thing I love about animals, especially like a dog or a cat, the ones that really show off a personality that's unique that another cattle dog wouldn't have. But Chewy would have little just things he would do that I noticed other dogs wouldn't do. Mm-hmm. And it was special and unique to him as just his own dog, which I thought that was kind of cool. Some dogs, their personalities show a little bit more.
Chip and Carrie from Little Smiles had a cat.
Okay.
And this cat acted just like a dog.
Yeah.
It would come and follow you around. We went trick-or-treating with the kids in their neighborhood, and this cat just went with us, and he would look up and love to be pet. And the cat acted just like a damn dog.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm pretty sure I found out who killed Lindsay the lizard.
You did?
I think it's that cat that keeps on killing birds and lizards and bringing them over by me.
Damn.
Think about it.
Lindsay was killed as a gift for you?
Isn't that sick?
That is fucking sick.
If you really, if that's what's going down.
This cat is twisted.
I don't know if you've ever seen an animal. You could tell it's from the streets, and you don't fuck with this thing.
Do we know for sure that this cat didn't kill Lydia?
We don't know anything for sure. I don't know anything. I have no answers. I can't even figure out where blue balls came from.
It's true. But we do know about sugar tits.
And we do know about intercourse.
Yeah, we do know about that. So we got a few things. We're not totally stupid.
No.
Yeah.
We may not be a cattle dog, but... Well, appreciate all the emails. You can always send them to us. mail@kvjshow.com. mail@kvjshow.com. Y'all enjoy your Tuesday. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.